Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. Remember, you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to another Habs Daily News with the hockey coach, Guru Coach Frenchy. Today, episode number 401. What a minute, coach. Ab news and between two chair. Interesting, coach. But before we start, we invite you, please don't forget to click on the like, subscribe to the Hockey Nation live show, and of course, leave us a comment about this episode. And let's dive in talking about my first subject of the day. First subject of the day is about the Montreal Canadiens news. And we have the first player to talk about is Logan Mailloux. Montreal Canadiens announced that they sent Logan Mailloux, the 21 years old, drafted by the Montreal Canadiens, 31 overall pick, to the Laval Rockets for the upcoming season. Mailloux have an excellent main camp with the Montreal Canadiens, but not good enough to have a spot for the Montreal Canadiens for the upcoming season. Fans love Mailloux. He showed during his preseason game some high and low as a rookie. But at the end of the day, we have to appreciate the physicality and the way Logan Mailloux perform for the Montreal Canadiens during the main camp. This is the best thing for him to start the season with the Laval Rockets. Don't be surprised during the upcoming season, the Montreal Canadiens could call up for a few games Logan Mailloux from the Laval Rockets. My second news of the day is about Mathis Nylander. Many people are excited so far for Mathis Nylander, the biggest surprise with the Montreal Canadiens. But the reason I said but, whatsoever he performed well, I would be shocked if he started the season with the Montreal Canadiens, but that gave him a boost, confidence when he's going to be returning to the Laval Rockets. My next news of the day is about Montreal Canadiens waiver players. We know Montreal Canadiens have to decide in the next couple of days, finalize the roster for the upcoming season. When I look everything, I don't see any players Montreal Canadiens are going to put on the waiver. What are you talking about? Because I feel like Montreal Canadiens are going to start the season with an extra player on the injury reserve. It could be Joel Armia. That will give a chance for the Montreal Canadiens to keep everyone they are looking for at the beginning of the main camp. I won't be surprised if the Montreal don't send any players from the roster on the waiver. Next news of the Montreal Canadiens is go to Laval. What are you talking about, coach? Go to Laval, guys. I believe for the next couple of days, we're going to have two players. Justin Barron and Emil Heineman are the only two players are going to be sent in the Laval, maybe after the game against the Ottawa Senators. The way I look at the roster right now, I feel like Martin St. Louis and the staff are going to take a decision and keep everyone else with the team for the upcoming season if they put Armia or any other players on the injury reserve at the beginning of the season. This is all the news we got today, guys, about the Montreal Canadiens. I would like to hear from you. Leave me a comment, and let's move on to my second subject of the day. My last subject of the day is about the between two chair. What are you talking about, coach? Remember what Martin and we talked at the beginning of the main camp, the chair where players have their specific role, and I took that term and turned around to be between two chairs today for my subject because I really believe it did not exist any chair at the beginning of the main camp. What are you talking about again? I feel like Montreal Canadiens, the setup roster was already set at the beginning of the main camp. But and the only players I believe right now is sit between two chairs is Primeau. The reason waiver, I believe the Montreal Canadiens does not want to lose Primeau. Right now is between two chairs, and the Montreal Canadiens have to take some kind of decision. And I will not be surprised to keep Primeau with the Montreal Canadiens at the beginning of the season. They go with 13 forward, 7 defensemen, and 3 goaltender. And the reason they will wait to the season start is because he has a contract of 3 years at $700,000 for the first year if he play at Laval, $800,000 and $1 million for his third year whatsoever he play in American Hockey League. Not many teams, guys, can carry on Primeau after the season start with a salary cap or to send player like him in the American Hockey League with not known to consider Primeau if he could play one day in NHL. So this is a lot of red flag for any other team to claim Canadiens Primeau on the waiver. At the end of the day, guys, remember, Martin Louis talked about the chair at the beginning of the season. I think it was a chair by default. When I said by default, it's because Lindstrom and Ylonen get a chair, not because of the performance during the training camp. It's because of the injuries and any other players around them perform better to them. First, let's talk about Lindstrom. He was battled for a spot, right defenseman against Barron. Barron did not beat him. There's a reason I believe Montreal does not want to lose Lindstrom, and they're going to start the season with Lindstrom in the lineup. Finally, Ylonen, the battle of the spot it was versus Heineman, did not show enough to beat Ylonen, and that's the reason I said both of them got the chair by default to start the season with the Montreal Canadiens. Now, between two chairs, this is my final comments about that subject. I believe it's a player right now is in Laval Rockets for the upcoming season, but it's going to get a new chair, and to get that chair to play with the Montreal Canadiens, to get a call up from the Montreal Canadiens. And I'm talking about William Trudeau if the Montreal are looking a left defenseman over Norlander. And if it's a right defenseman, don't be shocked if the Montreal call Mailloux. Finally, a forward as a winger. Joshua Roy should get the call from the Montreal Canadiens. As a center, I think I will go with Brandon Gignac. All four players for me are sit between two chairs for the Montreal Canadiens. That's the reason I call this subject between two chairs. And that's conclude, guys, this subject. I would like to hear from you. What do you think? My vision about the two chair and the situation about Lindstrom and Ylonen stay for the upcoming season and the roster for the Montreal Canadiens. And that's conclude all the subject on this episode. Thanks for watching another Habs Daily News with the hockey coach, Guru Coach Frenchy. But before we leave, we invite you, please don't forget to click on the like, subscribe to the Hockey Nation Live Show, and leave us a comment about this episode. And of course, you have greatness inside of you, and we wish you an amazing, great, blessing day, everybody.